So let's jump into this. Okay, for our first card, we have the Knight of Wands in the reversed position. So, this can indicate that perhaps you guys may be experiencing some difficulties. This could be within the workplace. This could be within the home life. It can be like a hot mess. I mean, there's definitely some situations occurring for the home life or the work life or both. Now, this card can also indicate that perhaps that there is some personal conflict. This can also indicate jealousy. I hate going through all these negative emotions, but it is what it is, you know? Oh, so we just got to get it out there because that's the best way. But jealousy. Insecurity. Insecure. I mean, to me, a Libra that's insecure, this is not good. I don't like this. Self-doubting, negative self-talk, and vulnerability. You guys are just in a really bad way, and I don't like this. This pains me. But you guys are going through some very difficult situations, and this can make you a bit argumentative. But you want to be careful to not be narrow-minded. So do try to avoid that. And we will be clarifying. If you've watched my readings before, then you know how I roll. If you're new here, I like to clarify. I love details. So I want as much information as possible to see where, you know, issues happen to be popping up. So details are good. Okay, this is our circumstances card, and here we have the Seven of Cups. So this is like the emotional choices wish card. So you guys have an emotional choice that you need to make. And you need to be careful of being disillusioned. So you want to make the right decision. You need to go within. Use that beautiful reasoning and logic that is so natural to you, Librans, to decide, you know, which choice is best for you. Weigh it out, pros and cons if you have to. And you know, the thing about these choices is you need to try to account for everything, you know, because sometimes something can appear wonderful, you know, all that glitters is not gold. Don't judge a book by its cover. Sometimes on the outside, something may appear to be the best thing, the best option, but really it's not. So you really need to go deep within. And like I said, I really want you guys to use your logic and your reasoning abilities and, you know, really weigh things out, you know, pros and cons to each thing before you make your choice. But this is going to be an emotional choice that you have to make. Okay, this is our focus card. And here we have the Tower in the reverse position. So, something that was shocking beforehand. You are now getting past the initial shocking part of the phase, and things have really begun to set in. Now, when this card comes up, you know that there's a choice, that you have to make a change, okay? You know you have to make a change, but sometimes you're just steadily trying to avoid making this change. Maybe you feel like you don't want to cause any problems where there don't need to be any, but trust me, sometimes you just have to. And I know that's hard for some of you guys, but you know, there's a situation that you are in that you gotta face the truth of it. You gotta stop trying to avoid it, you know. But sometimes there can be a feeling that perhaps you're just like you're stuck, like you were backed into a corner, like you may feel like there's just no way out of the situation, but there is. But you really got to be honest with yourself. There's always a way out. May not necessarily be the route that we want to take, but there is a way out of the situation. So, I know that's a bit rough, but okay, so here we have the King of Swords. So, here's our judge. You know, could be a judge of, you know, for the law, for the government. This could be a lawyer. Or this could be a karmic judge, so to speak. Either way, this is a man that you do not want to mess with. Not a man you want to cross, if you get my drift. Because though he can strike you down, his tongue can be like a sword. You know, and this can be you guys as well. This is your recent past, or the energy that is passing. So perhaps this could be you. Perhaps you were embracing your leadership. Perhaps you were embracing your analytical abilities, your logic, your reasoning, weighing things very carefully. Maybe you had to judge a situation. But I also like to look at the King of Swords as he is a judge of karma as well. So, you know, even if someone happens to escape and not receive their justice through the actual court systems, the King of Swords will make sure that they get their karma. You can count on that one. But for most of you, I feel that you guys are just embracing the leadership roles of this king. Yeah. And you're judging a situation in which you've been in. Or you were. Okay. This is the card of the present, the here and the now energy. And we have the Emperor. So, with the Emperor also has good reasoning and logic abilities. But he's also about, you need to develop your leadership skills. You need to be working on developing those. But the Emperor, he's all about, let's take control. So for some of you, you may be literally grabbing life by the reins and saying, you know what, I'm in control. Let's go. So some of you are definitely taking the authority, the boss position in your life, or within a certain situation in your life in general, or maybe at work, or, you know, within a relationship. You are embracing the authority. You were being the boss. You were saying, let's pull it together. Now, this can indicate that perhaps you may have some contact with someone that works within the government. Maybe even judges, lawyers, or it could be teachers, counselors, authority figures in general, because the Emperor just screams authority. The Emperor can also be considered the dad card, so for some of you, maybe you might be dealing with your father or a father type figure. But this card, it's about, taking control, taking the lead, and, analyzing situations that need to be analyzed, which I feel like it is really resonating here next to the King of Swords. Yes. So some situations definitely need to be analyzed within your life. Okay, this is the card of your near future, and here we have the 8 of Coins in the reverse position. So, this can indicate that, a talent or an ability that you have that more than likely has made you plenty of money, maybe even recognition in the past. Perhaps you were not able to do this the way you used to. Maybe you're lacking something that you need, that you don't have in order to do this. Maybe you don't have the right tools, the right programs, or, things of that nature. It's like something is missing. You are not able to do as well as you normally would have. But this can also indicate, and I really hate having to say this, but this can indicate that you may need to just find another job. Unfortunately, that's the biggest vibe that I'm getting right now, is that a lot of you are going to be forced to find another job. Now, this is the card position of your attitude. And here we have the Ace of Wands. So, I feel like for most of you guys are going to be, you're ready. You are ready to create a new direction for yourself, or you are just ready for a new direction to open up. Either way, you are welcoming this new direction that will be presented to you. You are ready for a change. You're ready for a new direction. I think you guys may be feeling a bit maybe dissatisfied, discontent with, where you've been. Maybe you feel like you've been underappreciated. So you guys are just, you are ready to embrace the change. You're ready for a new direction. Like, bring it, I'm ready. Now, this is the card position of how other people see you. And here we have the 6 of Coins. So, I love this card. This is about receiving a bonus. Or perhaps receiving some charity. It could be a gift of money. It could also be a material gift. But most of the time, this is about receiving a gift of money. This could be through a charity. This could be from, a charitable person. Or for some of you, this could be you actually donating to a charity or helping someone financially. But you can be on either end. You could be on the giving or the receiving end of this energy. So, this is about helping those that are less fortunate, or maybe were in a position where we are not so fortunate right now and someone helps us. And typically that's with money. For some of you, if you are trying to get a loan, this is a good sign showing that yes, you will receive the loan. Now this is the card position of hopes and fears. So right from the jump, I'm just going to classify this as a hope. The Page of Cups brings messages of romance and love. This is also a very psychic type of card as well. Someone who's very, very intuitive. But this person is also very much focused on love and messages about love. So right now it seems that it is a hope. Now for the final outcome card, we get the Three of Coins in the reverse position. So actually the near future card and the final outcome card, both of these cards can indicate that there may be some pretty major disagreements in regards to, say, contracts, or if you have like a union job, this can be having some difficult negotiations in regards to, like, you know, a union, something of that nature. It's within the work field, okay? But there is a disagreement. Things are not working out. And the workers feel like they are not getting what they deserve. Or perhaps they're not being appreciated the way that they should be. And a lot of times with these two, I mean, to me, I feel that a lot of you are just simply ready to find a new job where you will be appreciated and your skills will be very much valued. Now, the Three of Coins in the reverse position, this can also indicate that for some of you, this will resonate with some of you, that maybe your work conditions are a bit unsafe. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider. But between both, you know, this can indicate contractual disagreements. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Contractual disagreements. So, you know, things are just not working out the way that they need to. And for the Three of Coins, a lot of times this is about a team and how we have to work as a team to get something done. And when it's in the reverse position, people are not seeing eye to eye, things are not gelling together, and the workers are not working as a team as they should. And so naturally things start to fall apart. The production goes down tremendously, or perhaps if production does occur, it's not to the ability, to the level of your abilities. Yeah, this is not looking so hot for the work-wise, but I think that a lot of you guys already know this inevitable change is coming and that it needs to be faced. You know, the Tower in reverse can indicate that we may feel like we're just not being given a fair shake in life, like everything is against us, all the circumstances. And I feel like a lot of this is playing out for you guys within the work area of your life. Work, finances, you know, things of that nature. But I think that you guys know that you must face this change, that it's coming. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And I think you guys really are desiring this new direction. And And trust me, if they don't value your good work, and they can't work together as a team, and they refuse to compromise to come to a better, agreement with all workers, you be done. You want somebody that's going to appreciate your work. You don't want somebody that's going to work you like a slave, okay? You don't want somebody that's going to expect you to do 200%, okay? We can only do 100% of our work, period. But some people put such unrealistic expectations on their workers, and they just expect you to produce. Like, are you serious? Am I supposed to ever take time to breathe? I mean, that's the general type of feeling, It's like they overwork you. It's ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. Now let's clarify, because I want to see some details. Okay. So I think some of you guys are wanting this new direction, but you're letting fear hold you back. Okay. Yeah, we got the Tower twice now. Well, at least we got Justice here to make sure everything is all right. Now we have Seven of Cups reversed. Upright here, reversed here. All right. Okay, for the bottom of the deck, we had the Two of Coins. Now this is about being able to juggle many different situations, many different financial tasks at once. It's like having several irons in the fire, and you're juggling everything, but you're doing so without missing a step. So that makes me feel that the problem is not so much on your end, but is actually more on your employer's end. They don't see your true value, and maybe they're trying to overwork you, and that's just nope. But do keep in mind that with the Two of Pentacles, but Two of Coins, same thing. Do keep in mind that you may receive some discouraging or disappointing news. But if this happens, I want you guys to not let it faze you, because you're still going to be able to juggle those coins just fine. Don't let the disappointing or discouraging news get the better of you, okay? Because all will be well. You're going to be able to juggle those situations and those different irons in the fire. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Okay, we clarified our Knight of Wands. And we've received the Sun card. So the Sun card to me is an absolute blessing. So this tells me that for some of you, you don't need to be insecure. You don't need to be insecure. Perhaps you're being too hard on yourself right now. I feel that a lot of you guys are being too hard on yourself. Now, I realize that some of you are probably definitely experiencing some pretty chaotic situations within the work life or the home life. But you don't have to have that black cloud hanging over you. Choose to be optimistic. Choose to look to the good things that you do have. Choose to focus on the blessings. Let's have an attitude of gratitude. Yes. That can fix a lot for us. The sun will always come out tomorrow. You don't have to stay stuck in this energy. And I don't want you guys being insecure. Because the sun's coming here saying you don't need to be feeling insecure. For what? Why are you feeling insecure? Because you don't need to. Be optimistic. Have some enthusiasm. Focus on the good that's in your life. And move forward. Things are going to get better. The sun will come out. Okay, this was our circumstances card. We had the Seven of Cups, so you guys have an emotional choice that you have to make. And we clarify, we get the Ten of Wands. So, this emotional choice that you have to make, it's been a very burdensome type of choice. Or maybe the situation which led you to having to make the choice was very, very burdensome. And this can be a physically and mentally oppressive burden. No one should have to carry this much of a load. Okay? That's too much. And I feel for a lot of you within your job, you're being made to carry all this. Excuse my French, but that's some bullshit, okay? If they expect you to do all that, they need to pay you 2 times the money. I mean, hello? Some people just don't value for what you can truly provide them, and they want to overwork you and just not even stop to consider how much you truly are worth. So you know what? If that's what's happening to you, I think you know what your decision needs to be. Personally, if it were me, I would be like, you know what? Peace, I'm out. I'm not going to let you put me in this position to carrying my responsibilities and your responsibilities. You're expecting me to do the work of 2-3 people, and I'm one person. I cannot do it. You can do it for a little while. And with this card, it's saying you're going to try to carry this load for a while. But you just can't. You can't continue to carry that load. At some point, it's going to break you down. I mean, look at this man. All these things, all these wands are on his back. I mean, you can't handle that much. It's too much. And if you continue to try to take this much on and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, you can cause yourself to become ill. It's going to lead to being physically or mentally burned out. So, I think a lot of you are already going to know exactly where this is going, and you don't want somebody to push their responsibility off to you, and then you being nice and wanting to help and be like, okay, but that's just too much. It's too much. Now, this was our focus card. Here we had the Tower card in the reverse position. This is about maybe you've avoided making that change, but you know it's inevitable, so it's going to come. You cannot avoid it. Maybe you feel like life isn't giving you a fair shake, like it's almost like circumstances are conspiring against you. We get the Devil card. So for me, I feel that a lot of this is you're refusing to make the change because of fear, essentially. Or maybe you feel that you are tied to the situation, maybe by a contract. Or Or maybe you're even addicted to what you do. Or to whoever this card may represent for you in your personal situation in your life. This can also indicate a karmic relationship that may be a bit abusive. But this is also about bondage. You're not really stuck, okay? You may feel stuck, and that's because of fear. Fear wants to make you think that you're stuck, but you're not really stuck, okay? So when that fear starts creeping in, you just need to tell that devil to go to hell. I mean, you are not stuck. You don't have to stay in a situation like this, okay? You don't have to. Now, some of you may be addicted to, someone within this situation. Maybe even a little obsessed. But it ain't good for you. Because anytime we get the devil card, it ain't good for you. And you need to not let the devil have control over you by using fear. You need to drop that fear. I think the reason why you guys have not fully embraced this inevitable change is because of fear. But there is nothing to fear but fear itself, okay? Fear wants to paralyze you and keep you in the same spot, even though you know that a change must be made and that you really can't avoid it. But fear wants to paralyze you in the same spot. It's like a hamster on a wheel. Run, 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 but you ain't making it nowhere. It's still in the same spot. So don't let fear do that to you, okay? You just exercise that fear right up out of your life. Like, you gotta go. Back to hell you go. Okay, this is the recent past or the energy that is currently passing. We had our King of Swords. We clarify we get the Star in the reversed position. So, this can indicate that your faith is being tested or was being tested. And maybe you buckled under the pressure. Maybe you had been waiting for something to happen. Or wishing for something to happen, expecting something to happen that you've wanted, and it didn't happen. It wasn't delivered. It didn't come through. Well, don't get caught up in hopelessness, depression, anxiety. Anxiety is a very big one when this card comes up. So even though this is the past, for those of you who may still be in this energy, I don't want you guys to get trapped by the anxiety and the depression that can follow that anxiety. Yes, you may have not received what you want, but anytime a door is closed on us, another door opens. And that the door before it closed for a reason. We may not always understand it in that moment, but it was closed for a reason because there's something much better for us further down the line, okay? Something much better is coming, and you deserve something much better. Okay, this is the card of the present, the here and the now energy. We had our Emperor, which is also the dad energy. It is the authoritative figure, taking control of yourself, taking control of your life, taking the lead. Perhaps you're taking on an authoritative leading role. Perhaps you're embracing your leadership roles. We clarify and we get the Ace of Cups. So, this indicates a rushing out of emotion has taken place. So, this situation may make you a bit emotional, which leads to being out of balance, and that is not a happy place for Libra. Now, the Emperor is very good with, weighing things out, just like you guys. But with the Ace of Cups in the reverse position, maybe you desire love, but maybe you're not so open to it right now. Perhaps you've been hurt and you're just not so ready to jump into the next relationship. Sometimes this can indicate that we're being selfish and preoccupied with ourselves, as opposed to the collective. So you want to be careful that you're not being selfish and too focused on your own problems to where you might hurt others. You want to be careful. I totally understand why you guys are in the way you are, why you feel that way. I get it. But, if you're going to be in a position of authority, or if you are in a position of authority, you don't want to be emotionless about a certain situation or things that are brought to you. Maybe someone comes to you for advice. Be careful on how you handle it. You don't want to be too negative. You don't want to be too emotional. We need balance here. We need balance to bring this back up here. This can also indicate that, maybe our psychic abilities may be a bit blocked right now. So that'll resonate with a few of you. But the blockage comes mostly from being out of balance because an emotional situation occurred and it's knocked you out of balance. Now, for some of you, you may be trying to implement a new relationship. Maybe some of you are already in the relationship, or you're trying to get into one right now. And maybe things are just looking pretty bad. Or maybe it's like really, really rocky. Now, this doesn't mean that it's completely doomed, okay? It just may be very slow in regards to the way that it progresses, okay? It will be very slow. Or, this could be indicating that perhaps you take on a leadership role, but it's going to be a rocky beginning for this leadership role or this authority role that you may take on. And maybe it will be a slow process and a bit bumpy along the way. Sorry, I like to throw a few different scenarios out there, Not every Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign is the same. We're all different. So we're not all going through the same exact things at the same exact time, So that's why I like to throw different things out there, because I could say one or two things for each card, but that's not going to resonate with many people, so. Okay. Now, this is our near future card. We have the 8 of Coins. And this is where I said, I think a lot of you may need to find a new job. And if your job is okay and secure, maybe an ability or a talent that you have that you've been using to make money off of, maybe it's just not doing it for you anymore. Maybe it doesn't make you happy anymore. But I feel for most of you, this is definitely disagreements. I think a lot of you are feeling like you have to do way too much, like you were being forced to do the work of at least two different people, you know, all from you. And that's ridiculous. No one should have to work that hard. If I got to work that hard, you should double my pay. Okay. Now, we clarify, we get the Ace of Coins. So this can indicate that maybe if you would recently, or here recent, in the near future, excuse me, if you try to go a different way with your skills and abilities, perhaps, you know, you may try to go in a different direction. Maybe you try to get involved into an investment of some sort. You need to be careful because money is falling away. Now, the message that I got from most people here is through these work disagreements and needing to find another job, we're going to experience a loss of money, which is normal for most people. So you definitely need to be careful. You really need to watch how much you're spending and on what you're spending. Beautiful things are nice, but this is where we need to be super conservative with our money. You really need to weigh things out. Do I need this or do I want this? If it's something that you want, don't spend your money on that, right? Okay, you need to get what you need, okay? What is necessary for you to live and to get by until you find another job, if this is the situation you find yourself in. So you just want to be very, very conservative with your money because, money is running away here. So this is indicating a loss of money. Maybe a talent you used that you had and that you received a lot of money for in the past is now causing you to lose money. Okay, this is the card position of your attitude, and this is a new direction. Whether one is laid out for you or you simply manifest that new direction. The overall here is you desire a new direction. We clarify and we get the Tower. So, yeah, it's pretty shocking. But, the Ace of Wands is a beautiful card. I mean, it really is. But clearly this new direction you want is based because this unexpected, sudden information came to you, or a situation occurred that was very sudden, unexpected, blindsided you, out of left field, A very shocking situation, a rude awakening, if you will. Near future, final outcome. Yeah. I think this shocking situation is what made you realize I need the new direction. I need that new direction. But I just feel like some of you are just stuck. You feel like you're stuck. Some of you may feel like circumstances are against you, but you're going to get free. You will get free. Okay, this is the card position of how other people see you. We have the Six of Coins. So this is, receiving a bonus or receiving an inheritance or receiving a loan or receiving a donation of money, or someone giving you a loan of money. We received the Justice card, so hello, Libra, scales. It's like justice comes in to make sure that even though you got to go through this change, you're going to be blessed during this change, okay? There will be people around that will be willing to help you. So, blessed, blessed, blessed. Don't let fear mess with you, okay? Because ultimately, you're going to be blessed. Okay, this was our position of hopes and fears. We had the Page of Cups, and this is about receiving messages concerning romance, love, and this is also a card of psychic abilities as well. This could also be a younger person that may be pretty dreamy. Pisces. But we clarify, we get the Two of Cups in the reverse position. So, this could be a hope and a fear all in one here. Maybe some of you desire to receive, some romantic messages. But maybe you fear that things will not work out, that things will be out of balance. And that, maybe the partnership would be unharmonious, like it wouldn't work out. I feel this is definitely more of a tinge of fear here. I feel like you guys want some new love, but yet you're scared that it's not going to work out, or you're scared that it's not going to be equal. Maybe you feel like you may have to do all the work, and that's not what you want. Or maybe you fear that your love life or your relationship will become out of balance. Okay, this was our final outcome card. We had the Three of Coins in the reverse position. So, I believe I mentioned this could indicate unsafe work conditions for some of you. This can also indicate that if you have to work as a team at your job, that perhaps the employees are not seeing eye to eye, and working as a team is just not occurring. Maybe some of you need to increase your skills. Some of you may just decide to, get a different job altogether. You may decide to go after a whole different area than you would have previously. So here we get our Seven of Cups, or an emotional choice card yet again, but it's in the reverse position, which I like to see because up here we got it in the upright position for our circumstances, and by the time we make it to the final outcome, we clarify and it's in the reverse position. So it shows that through this situation, through all of these situations here, all the way to the outcome, and you've made your choice by the end of February. By the end of February, you will have made your choice on which way you need to go. And just know that whatever decision that you do make, the decision that you make will be the right decision for you. Okay? Now, this is the bottom of the deck. We get the Eight of Cups. So, It's in the reverse position. So this is about a return to the physical and the material side of life. Maybe some of you are just ready to simply enjoy life and have a good time. You know, enjoy the material things, enjoy the, you know, the festivities and whatnot. You're just ready to have a good time. This can also indicate that perhaps a new love interest could pop up here. So it is a possibility. Careful to not let fear get in the way. Do weigh things out like you normally do, but don't let fear get in the way. Some of you may actually have abandoned a situation, and you decide to walk back into a situation that you had abandoned. So that'll resonate with a few of you. But overall, you're ready to just partake in the physical and material side of life. You're ready to have fun. You're ready to cut loose and just enjoy the material and the physical side of life. Okay. I do have love oracle cards for you. I'm not going to clarify this month, but I still have them, so we are going to do these now. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. See? Justice, 6 of coins. You guys are being blessed more than you realize. Even though this change is not necessarily what you want, you know it's necessary, but you are being blessed to make sure that you get what you need. Blessed. And you're going to have plenty of people around to help you. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Faith. When the Star card is in the reverse position, this is losing faith. But you need to stay optimistic and have faith. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's a good one.
So we have one more week of this cleansing and ending and purifying from that Virgo full moon. Now we're going to head into the Pisces new moon next week. So today is this square of the sun and the moon, which is that last turning point on our road. And this is a cleansing road, a healing and purifying one with that Virgo full moon. So we're still in those energies and still working with that cleansing. So now with the Sag moon fire here, we have this double mutable energy, the sun squaring the moon. So sun in dreamy and spiritual Pisces, watery Pisces, and moon in fiery Sagittarius. And this is highlighting this square that's going to be happening all year, this dance that Jupiter and Neptune are doing. And these are the two spiritual planets. These are the two God planets. So Jupiter is that kind of one God, and Neptune is the we are all one God, that more Eastern religion where we fall into the nothingness and the oneness. That's Neptune. But these two planets, Jupiter and Neptune, are the spiritual, the higher mind, the They are mutable, which is in the mind. So fire in the mind and water in the mind. So Pisces, water in the mind is our beliefs. What do we believe in? What do we have faith in? That's Pisces. And Sag moon, it's what do we see? It's yang, positive energy, polarity, it's logical. But not very logical today because there's a lot of strong Pisces influence, and our Sag moon today will square Neptune right before it meets up with Jupiter for this big boost of expansion and optimism with Sag. So before we get to that expansion, we square with Neptune, which means the Sag light, this fire in the mind, this seeing and visioning into the future, is going underwater into Neptune land. So that's the Sagittarius submarine. So we all get into the Sag sub and we're going to vision, but it's going to be underwater. It's going to be in the dream. This is very dreamy energy, very spiritual, very religious, very higher mind. And that's the key word here, mind. All this mutable energy is all about the mind. Sag is fire in the mind. What do you see in your mind? What are these sparkling fires that are created in our minds? So it's about the faith with the Pisces, right? The Piscean faith, and then the Jupiter and Sagittarius righteousness, right? So these energies are squaring all year of Jupiter in Sag and Neptune in Pisces, of these two spiritual planets in their home signs. So I think this whole year is just pushing us to spiritual expansion. Spiritual expansion, spiritual expansion. Try to say that 5 times fast. But that's what this year is about. And if we get caught up in the square battle of it, instead of just this pushing towards expansion, where it's like faith and visioning, and faith and visioning, and they push on each other to get bigger in this spiritual expansion, or we can fight about who's right, especially with Jupiter and Sag. That's the shadow of Sagittarius, and Jupiter is this righteousness. Mine is the only way. So if we get into this fight of it's faith versus my way, then we're not channeling this energy in this spiritual expansion that we can all tap into right now. So let's go with that. And it's all about the mind. So I think that since we're in this clean out, cleansing period, preparing for this Pisces new moon next week, talk about spiritual expansion. So we're in this cleanse out. So today, the next 2.5 days are about cleaning out our minds. Jupiter wants to expand us and have us vision bigger, these 2.5 days that it lines up with Jupiter. It'll only happen 12 times this year when the moon comes into Sagittarius and it hits up with Jupiter. We only get a year of Jupiter in Sag, so let's use it and let's vision big. And if things feel fuzzy today because of this Neptune influence, remember that we're Sag submarines. We're going underwater with our light, with our fire, with our visioning and our expansion. We're going into the dream and into the compassion. So, woohoo! Spiritual expansion. Have a beautiful day. Bye.